Hello again. Before I start talking about this curious phenomenon, I want to make one or two observations. The first is that for the last few days, several people in the comments on these videos have been complaining that I have been presenting selected facts and leaving some information out. This is, of course, quite true. When a film lasts just 4 or 5 minutes, and it's made about a topic such as hormone levels, say, varying between different ethnic groups, it is inevitable that a lot of stuff will be left out. 5 minutes really isn't long enough for a comprehensive account of such a complicated business, and the most that one might do is point to certain things and perhaps ask viewers to consider one or two points. My second observation flows naturally from this. This is YouTube, not a branch of the Open University. I'm suggesting ideas that people might want to think about, and if they want more information about what I'm saying, then of course they can visit their local public library. It really is impossible to give all the relevant facts related to any subject in just 5 minutes. I expressed yesterday my desire, personally, to mix in my day-to-day life with people who are the same as me, which most people understood, but some thought was highly suspect and indicative of racist tendencies. Many of us have noticed that it's not only white people who feel this way, and that those of Caribbean origin seem to prefer the company of other West Indians. Pakistani Muslims often hang out with other Pakistani Muslims, and Jews too often marry other Jews and prefer to go into business with Jews rather than Gentiles. Is all this a natural trend, or is it perhaps a sign that racism is horribly prevalent and that many of us have picked up a bad habit, or are perhaps insular and parochial? It wouldn't be this way in an ideal, natural society, surely. When the film Planet of the Apes was being made in 1967, the one with Charlton Heston, something very odd was noticed at meal times. Viewers might know that in the world of Planet of the Apes there are chimpanzees, gorillas, and orangutans, each of whom have their own characteristics and different cultures. The chimpanzees are scientists, and the gorillas more aggressive and warlike. Because the makeup took so long to put on, the actors tricked out like these various primate species ate and socialized when not filming, still made up as their particular type of ape. Charlton Heston wrote afterwards in the magazine Omni in 1980 that he saw an instinctive segregation on the set. Not only would the apes eat together, but the chimpanzees ate with the chimpanzees, the gorillas ate with the gorillas, the orangutans ate with the orangutans, and the humans would eat off by themselves. It was quite spooky. Exactly the same thing was seen during filming of the sequel, Beneath Planet of the Apes, in 1969. Some people have interpreted this to mean that sticking with your own kind, racially, nationally, and culturally, is no more than a natural process, something which happens automatically in any society. The canteen on the film set for Planet of the Apes in 1967 was, from that perspective, seen as a microcosm of American society at that time, which was still trying to break free of segregation in the southern states, of course. The actors playing humans in the films would not associate at all with apes and spent all the spare time in the company of other humans. I wonder if viewers think that there is anything significant in this. Of course, others have pointed out that if the gorillas were playing their parts together in the films, it might be natural for them to get to know each other and therefore eat together or socialise together. But it was still a weird situation. For those interested, I give a link in the description to this video to a bit about this. For my own part, I believe that the only place that all human cultures will mingle freely without noticing the colour of people's skins and so on is in illustrations for publications by the Jehovah's Witnesses. You know, the kind of thing which portray what they imagine heaven will be like. I have never seen it happening in real life anywhere that I've ever been. I've noticed this same desire for people to cluster together according to their ethnicity, religion, and nationality across the world. I don't think that this sort of instinctive and spontaneous segregation is something dysfunctional or pathological which must be suppressed. It seems to me just a natural way of carrying on. The proverb suggesting that birds of a feather flock together is very ancient, and it was, of course, coined for a reason.